angels singing, Lord, it fills my soul. Louder and louder, it's so strong. Faster and faster, eagles on the turn. Tighter and tighter, on the lightning flash. Closer and closer, you know you're almost so big. And the whole again. Machines make their rounds, don't care they ever see the dawn. Every peaceful flowing river, after the winter's come and gone. Yeah, I feel weak and wounded, long little second song. The old lady at the wheel, holding roses and plants and thorns. Louder and louder, hear the ancients roar. Faster and faster, people's on the turn. Tighter and tighter, on the lightning flares. Closer and closer, you on your walls so thin. And the whole again. Say his name and he appears.
This is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Greetings and welcome to Old School Watch Party Sunday. How's everybody doing this? So happy each and every one of you are here. Thank you for being here, and thank you to each and every one of those YouTube members that support the channel tonight. Thank you, Shelly and Wolfram. And tonight we are broadcasting live on YouTube, Rumble, and BitChute. So happy you guys are all here tonight. And as you can see, Shelly is not with me tonight. And you know what? I just totally forgot it was this time of year. And where she's off doing her Veiled Rood. Yep. So you get just me tonight. Maybe somebody will pop in here later on. I don't know. It don't matter because we got each other and we are on our way. Let me say hello to the crowd. Cool Gamer, what's up? How you doing, my friend? Thank you for supporting the channel. Thanks for being here. We're gonna have a good time tonight. We're actually gonna keep our documentary on YouTube tonight. It's YouTube friendly, so we're gonna leave it on YouTube. And we'll only be going to Rumble for the featured movie tonight, which is Trading Places. That's going to be fun. So thought you might like to know that. And then Heidi, what's up? How you doing, Heidi? Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy that you're here. Hope you're having a great weekend. Wolfram, my friend Wolfram, thank you for dropping these links. Remember, when you're here, always listen to the wolf. He knows what he's talking about. He wipes his paws, he lopes in, and he howls. And the Alpha Mod is in the house. Thank you guys, each and every one, for being here. I didn't get my advertisements out. I didn't do my community posts. What else did I forget? But I did at least get the trailer done, and I did get everything set up on all different platforms wherever they are. So at least I got that stuff done. But the other stuff, I was a little bit running behind on. We're good to go. We're broadcasting live on all those places right now. So hot damn, here we go. We should be. There we go. All right, good. We're good. That's a mighty big veil for the mountain. Veiled Rood. She's on it. She's out there dancing away. She's putting veils over statues. In her new town, people are like amazed at the Veiled Roodness going on and the dancing, and they can't get enough of the dancing. Tonight's documentary is going to be short and sweet, but it's also going to be extremely informative. These are so I got a couple of them. I just listed one of them, right? I didn't even put the right name in the title. The name of the documentary is the Red White Lie documentary. This is by Don Lucre, How the Democrats Started Slavery and the KKK. I just used the other part of it, and I just said who. So it's a little bit off, but I had to make it make sense, and two, I had to make it fit. So I decided to go with that as the title, although the documentary is called something completely different. And then we're gonna watch an addendum to this that he put out called "The Democrat and Republican Party Switch Exposed." I thought it'd be a good little, quick little rundown, and then we'll just go right to the movie. And I guess I picked the right night to have a short documentary. Huh? But anyways, that's what's going on here, guys, out there in the crowd, all the people that are here. I do appreciate you being here. And hey, you can't beat a good Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd movie, right? I mean, that's going to be a blast. I can see people are already lining up over on Rumble to get ready for that. So how's it going, Rumble out there? Rumblers, Rumble, talk and Rumble and talk at the same time. Let's go. Rumble is it's that time of year for Rumble when things are kind of slowing down. So I appreciate anybody over there on Rumble that's watching. It tends to slow down this time of year over there. So I appreciate everybody. Everybody's numbers kind of like sink a little bit this time of year. So I appreciate you being here. I hope you guys will be there tomorrow night for the conclusion of Big Intel by J. Michael Waller. You're not going to want to miss that. Plus the introduction to our new book, Government Gangsters by Kash Patel. Unrig the Game, an amazing show every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern. And you don't want to miss that. It's a great show. We've read 4 books together now. We're going on our 5th and onward and upward. That means by this time next year, we should have read like 10 books together. That's amazing. When's the last time you read 10 books in 2 years that are important and that teach you stuff and keep you informed and connect dots for you and do all those fun things? I mean, not a lot of people are doing that. There's a lot of people out there all wrapped up in drama and dramatics, as they're not getting anything out of life. They're not learning anything, and they're inevitably will be used and abused by the establishment. You guys won't. That's the whole important thing. And you'll be fighting the good fight out there. You'll be out in front of it, making sure we have a safe and secure and prosperous future. Far beyond what the politicians can do. It's what we can do for each other. And that's what it's all about. So thank you for being here. And that's what Winning Reality is about. And some people would say it's about this.
What is Winning Reality? This sounds like some sort of self-help thing. Do you know what? You are perfect. You are brilliant. You are better than you think you are. And you come out of the room going, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. You are winning reality. Yeah, I am. Come on. Take on the world. That's what winning reality conjures up in my mind.
And there you have it. And conjure up many things. Like listening to the wolf. That's important. Slow we go. All right. Well, if you guys are going to be quiet, then I'm just going to play the documentary because I need someone to talk to. I don't have Shelly here tonight. And if she ain't talking, we're just going to be going. This is a great documentary. You guys are going to enjoy it. Let me read what he wrote in here about it. You guys will recognize Don Lucre when you see him. You don't already know who I'm talking about. But this I thought was really well done. He deserves to have this shown. And we don't even have to watch it on Winning Speed. All right. Mama said there'd be nights like this. All right. Let's not waste any time. I'm going to give them the full screen attention here. Yeah, this will be fine. This is fine. All right, guys, enjoy.
Oppose the Kansas-Nebraska Act. In 1854, the Republican Party was formed to oppose the Kansas-Nebraska Act, which intended to spread slavery into American territory. Furthermore, Republicans were at the forefront of the effort to demolish the Confederate States of America from 1861 to 1865. On January 1st, 1863, Abraham Lincoln, the first Republican president, issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which emancipated enslaved black people during the Civil War. Democrats often try to ignore this fact. Contrary to popular belief, the Civil War wasn't North versus South, as illustrated in the Lincoln-Douglas debates in Northern Illinois. It was a Democrat against Republican battle. The notorious Dred Scott decision, which proclaimed that blacks were property in 1857, was decided by a Supreme Court majority of 7 Democratic justices in favor and 2 Republican judges against. After the Civil War ended on April 9, 1865, Southern Democrats who despised black people formed the Ku Klux Klan. Surprisingly, white Republican militias aimed to eliminate the KKK. The destruction continued when Jim Crow laws were enacted by Southern Democrat-dominated state legislatures on May 18, 1896, until the early 20th century to impose racial segregation and undo political and economic gains made by black people during Reconstruction. By the year 1900, more than 20 black Republicans had served in Congress. Democrats did not elect a single black representative until 1935. Every black senator was a Republican up until 1979. When federal troops withdrew from the South after Reconstruction ended, Democrats' white supremacy laws re-emerged with a vengeance. These laws were enforced by the paramilitary arm of the Democratic Party, the KKK, which was used to suppress blacks from voting Republican. Democrats are also the party of abortion. Planned Parenthood was established by eugenics racist Margaret Sanger, who sought to eradicate the undesirables. This practice continues today, with more black infants aborted in New York City than are born. It doesn't end there. Democrat President Woodrow Wilson resegregated many federal agencies and screened the racist film Birth of a Nation at the White House. Democrat President FDR declined to welcome 4-time gold medalist Jesse Owens, a diehard Republican, to the White House and incarcerated 120,000 Japanese Americans. But wait, there's more. Against the desires of Democrat Governor Orville Faubus, Eisenhower reintegrated the military and imposed school integration in Little Rock. Democrat LBJ started the welfare state and said, I'll have those niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years. The saddest part of all of this is that influential black leaders like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, both Democrats, promote black victimization. The party advocates racial identity politics as a result of its policy's catastrophic failure, which continues to harm black people and demonstrates its disdain for blacks. Opposition to school choice traps black students in failed schools. Politically correct police have made blacks victims of violent crimes. In 2019, 9 unarmed blacks were slain by police, while the figure is 19 for white people. In comparison, over 2,000 blacks were murdered by other blacks in 2018. Democrats have had monopolistic control of all the cities we hear and read about black plight: Baltimore, Chicago, Detroit. If Democrats truly cared about black people, they would treat abortion as a tragedy. They would support school choice, work to end the failed welfare state, abandon the idea of defunding police, and promote advancement based on merit and character rather than the amount of melanin in your skin. We need to end open borders that flood the market with cheap labor and steal jobs from black Americans. We must end their support for minimum wage laws that lead to higher black unemployment and end their social justice mantle. We have been fed lies. It's time to be hungry for truth and break the narrative. That's my first documentary. I want to know how you guys are feeling about me doing this whole situation. The truth is, if you've been watching this all the way through, first, thank you for watching it. And if you haven't noticed by now, this is my signature bait and switch. If you're not used to my bait and switch, this is how it typically goes down. I will leave the title for something to lure in the target audience, which would be liberals. I'm trying to give you a different side of this thing to view at reality, to view at history and politics. And then I present you with the truth. So I get you with the title, get you with the thumbnail, and then I bring you some truth of bait and switch. As you see, Republicans
he's telling you what he's doing, man.
Slavery. They not only are not the party of racism, they were the ones that opposed it. They're the ones that fought it. The Kansas-Nebraska Act was formed through the Democrats. Republicans were the ones that fought that. The Republican Party was formed to fight the Kansas-Nebraska Act specifically. I've dropped so much data on this documentary. If you can't tell, I haven't been asleep at all. I've been up for over 24 hours. I've been just trying to get this out there because I felt like it's very important. This goal, what I'm trying to do, I'm serious about it. I'm really trying to get this knowledge out there to the people. I don't even get paid for this. I don't get paid on Twitter. I'm not monetized on there. And I make barely anything here, not even enough to cover rent. But I am enjoying what I'm doing. I want to get the truth out there. I am so tired of seeing all of the lies, people saying this about Republicans, saying that about Republican. Well, I got the history. I got the proof. I got the original data.
Doing the work.
The original documentation. And that's what I like to present to the people. I like to give it to you,
Or coming
no
here.
diddy, when it's real. I want to give it to you the right way. In 1854. So looking right here, as we're breaking down the Kansas-Nebraska Act, you see I had the screenshot right there showing the map. And right here, we have the birthplace of the Republican Party. The Republican Party was started right here, 1852 in Wisconsin. And as you can see, Republicans were at the forefront to demolish the Confederacy. Republicans have always been those that fighting against these Confederates, these Democrats, these races. Republicans did the same thing back then, as you can see through the stock footage. Abraham Lincoln is the a Republican president. He is one of the greatest presidents of all time. The Republican president freed everyone from slavery. Democrats don't like to bring up how he's a Republican, but love to mention his name.
Seem to always be the
And we can
anti-establishment.
also
as
see
well.
right here with the flyer that I brought, the white supremacy flyer showing that, white supremacy for the Democrat Party. A lot of people are unaware this rooster was actually one of the logos for the Democrat Party, opposed to just a donkey. It's worth looking up your history on these things. And as we continue to go on, you can see that they had flyers that reflect the truth. You see, the reality became a little bit more of an illusion the farther we got. The Douglas versus Abraham Lincoln debate pretty much started America for what we are now. The political spectrum changed forever. Douglas used propaganda to try to rile Americans against Abraham Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln was speaking on straight fact. It actually created the narratives that we see from the left and right now through Abraham Lincoln coming at facts and truth, and liberals trying to maintain slavery through fiction and emotion. And it's very interesting. As you can see, this war has been going on for a very long time. As I broke down with Scott is still a slave with Dred Scott. It was a Supreme Court dominated by Democrats, 7 Democrat Supreme Court judges, 2 Republicans. And they voted this man, the Democrats were the one that voted this man to still be property. These people push this slavery narrative. These people that's supposed to be on our side are the ones that's pushing the lies. They're the ones that's pushing the division. And sometimes we got to see it under the disguise of our enemies for us to be able to digest it. If I would have titled this and said, proving how Democrats start slavery, how many Democrats would click on it? Because they need to know the truth about their party. It was out there. You saw just right there, the 2-party platform system. These flyers was out there that was showing and expressing how people really feel about blacks and whites. Let me get my head out of here so you can see these 2 heads. The Democratic Party, the party for the white man, the Republican Party for the Negro. You see how they do us with a big white lip, man? It wasn't Republicans that made this. It was Democrats. Look how they did our lips. Look at how they had no respect for us. Look how they try to make the white man look cleaner than us. It's racist then, they're racist now. They are a controlling, manipulative party. And it takes trickery to be able to beat them. It takes trickery to be able to beat the people that do this Jim Crow stuff. It takes trickery to be able to beat the people that think certain people should have water fountains and others shouldn't. The thing is, the main reason why Democrats try to virtue signal about slavery and racism, they'll always say, oh, it's a white problem. It's a white problem. It's a white problem. When truth, it's a political problem. That completely changes the spectrum. It completely changes the narrative if people start saying, well, slavery is 100% a political problem. Because if people start accepting slavery as a political problem, what does that mean? You can end slavery by just getting rid of one party. And that one party led to problems then is the same party leading to problems now. You can even see back in the past how the KKK used to try to scare off white and black voters. Come on, man. The KKK worked with the Democrat Party to scare white and black voters. Look at the flyers. I got the data. Look at the flyers. Margaret Sanger, a eugenicist. She was trying to create a pure race. Whether people want to community note it, fact check it, it's true. I have all the data there. Look at AmericanRTL.org/Sanger. You'll look up her stuff through the public library. Look at her opinions. Look at how she called us less desirables. These are the people that Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris look up to. These are the people that's trying to extinguish us. Somehow we view our enemy as our friend. So I have to start presenting the message as if our friend is our enemy. That way we can gain new votes. In addition, Woodrow Wilson held the extremely racist film, Birth of a Nation. In case you guys don't know, it's a racist film. He held that at the White House. And of course, Jesse Owens was denied 4 times by FDR. It wasn't. He's a big You know, if Jesse Owens was the guy who won in the Olympics during the era of Hitler. And this is him picture with Richard Nixon right here. He was a big Republican, but FDR, Democrat, not him 4 times. Jesse Owens was an old man by the time he finally got the chance to get recognized. It's absolutely unacceptable, and it's a
Mhm.
Democrat way.
How they've
These
forgotten their
people
history.
not only do wrong by blacks, they do wrong by Asians.
History's
They
been
do wrong
omitted.
by the children. It's the same party. And people will say, why are you so stuck on the past? Why can't you let it go? Because they remove the past so it can repeat. They
Yep.
remove the past so they can gaslight you about the present. The
Mhm.
thing is, if I was to set your house on fire and I tell you, don't worry about the fire to pick up the pieces, would you still be furious? Because that's what Democrats do to us.
Hi, Lamb's
They
Grace.
destroy
How
our
you
culture,
doing?
they destroy our ways, they destroy our way of life. And when we're trying to pick up the pieces and we say, you know, put that fire down, I can't afford any more flames. They'll tell you to turn
That's right.
around, ignore what you're seeing, and focus on racism. These are the same people that bombed Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was bombed by a Democrat governor who ordered it. His
Yep.
name was James B.A. Robertson, not a Republican. Also, with Seneca Village, when it was destroyed, Seneca Village, also known as Central Park, New York. Central Park in New York used to be a black village. It got pushed out. Guess the political party of the mayors and the people that was there. Yes, you're right. You know who it is. It's the same people that have the highest crime rates in their cities. I added the graphs. Something has to change. Um, Something absolutely has to change because we have to change our tactics. We did win the election. Let's take it all the way home. It's time to get the independence because I'm telling you, from what I saw, way too many black men still are voting for the left. Way too many black women are still voting for the left. And until those numbers go down, yes, we might have won the election, but my job is not done.
This is
I
real
built my narrative.
role
And what I
model
want is to see real
leadership right
change.
here.
I'm trying to wake up the minds and hearts and souls
Yes,
of
he
others.
is.
Just because election is done, I'm not done. I'm just getting started. There are people to wake up.
He hears the
There
call
are
and he's
books
doing
to
it.
write,
He's doing the good work.
documentaries to shoot, and videos to upload. If you guys could please like, comment, and subscribe. This took me so much.
Yep.
Oh my God. I almost
You
want to
did
beg
good, man.
for a like.
You
This
did
took me so
really
long.
good.
I haven't gone to sleep yet. You guys can tell I've been up the whole time, dog.
You look
And
fine,
I have a
dude. You're
flight to
fine.
Vegas, honestly, in like less than 12 hours. So I'm getting it out here. If you're enjoying this content, I'm sorry I'm rambling. I need to get some sleep. I will keep it coming. If you wanted to keep coming, no diddy. And most importantly, click notification bell. I'm going to reemphasize, please, 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 please engage in this post. Help it do stupid numbers if it can, because it was just so much effort.
Yep.
Because
You
if
did
it
great.
does go
I hope
stupid,
this
I'm gonna
helps,
keep them
man.
coming. Of course, I mean that's just business. We're going to continue to do the things that get positive results as transparent as I can be with you guys. But please do what you can to help. If not, I enjoyed it anyway. I'm gonna enjoy
Yep. You
sharing this
did
with my
good.
family and tell them to send it to people. But thank you
There you go.
guys. See you on the next one.
All
Stay
right.
educated, and most importantly, stay ready to break the next narrative.
Do it. Good job, man. That was a great documentary. It's short.
Republican Party was created in
And so I
1848
had a
with the eradication.
so I had I had another one to go with this too, just a shorter one about the whole lie about the Democrat and Republican Party switch. I think he does great work, and I wanted to highlight his work tonight on a short little documentary just about some important topics, short and to the point, but also to highlight real role model leadership in the Black community, which Dom Lecrae is epitomizing here with his work. And like he said, just because we won the election, the work isn't over. This guy is working on solutions, and he deserves to be highlighted. Hey, Outpost Nerd, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you this evening. Yeah, we're doing a short live here on YouTube documentary tonight. We're doing a couple of short ones here featuring Dom Lecrae's work. And then we're going to bounce over to Rumble and BitChute. And we're going to, well, we're already over there, but we're going to bounce off of YouTube. And then we'll be watching Trading Places with Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, a classic Christmas film. It is Christmas month. That's what we're doing here. And we're going to have a blast doing it. Yeah. I hope you guys are getting excited for your holiday season. And I've gotten all your shopping done for whatever holidays you celebrate. So we got Christmas movies all month long celebrating this wonderful end of the year. And then we'll have like a nice New Year's Eve celebration. How about that? Sound good? Sound good, man. All right. Cool. Well, I know you guys enjoyed that one. Let me go ahead and queue up the next one. All right. This again is about how the exposing the lie that the party somehow switched. This is like critical information. Get it out. Share this video out to people who need to see it, and enjoy this next piece.
Republican Party was created in 1848 with the eradication of slavery as its primary goal. Democrat-controlled southern states seceded right after their second presidential nominee, Abraham Lincoln, was elected in 1860, fearing that he would destroy their slave-based economy. The freshly liberated slaves went to the Republican Party after the Civil War, as expected. However, Democratic rule of the South from Reconstruction until the Civil Rights era was almost absolute. Democrats controlled every Senate seat south of the Mason-Dixon line. In 1960, Democrats held an astounding 117-8 majority in the House of Representatives in the 13 states that started the Confederacy a century ago. The Democratic Party was so dominant in the South that its astounding 117 House members were 41% of the Democrats' 283 to 153 majority in the chamber. Similarly, Democratic governors and largely Democratic state legislatures ruled the South during the late 1950s and early 1960s, staunchly opposing the civil rights movement. It was called the Solid South. Republican President Dwight D. Eisenhower, on the other hand, openly praised school desegregation in the Brown versus Board of Education verdict and sent the Arkansas National Guard to Little Rock to protect 9 black students after Democratic Governor Orville Faubus threatened them. Eisenhower won his election by gaining traction for the Republican Party, winning elections in Florida, Texas, Virginia, and Tennessee. 4 years later, Eisenhower won a landslide win in Louisiana and Kentucky. This is important because when Eisenhower departed office in 1961, the Democratic Party's grip on the South was perhaps greater than it had been for decades. While Democrats stuck to conventional segregation, the rest of the nation was changing and the civil rights movement started. After President John F. Kennedy, a strong supporter of civil rights, was assassinated in late 1963, Southern Democrat Lyndon B. Johnson said it was his duty to enact the Civil Rights Act as an homage to Kennedy. He proposed the law 5 months before his death, and Democrats altered the Civil Rights Act to shift focus from black prosperity to black dependence. The Civil Rights Act was rejected by 21 Democrats in the Senate. Only one of them, Dixiecrat Strom Thurmond, was ever elected to the GOP. The remainder, including former Ku Klux Klan exalted Cyclops Al Gore Sr. and Robert Byrd, remained Democrats until the day they died. Also, when those 20 lifetime Democrats departed, their Senate seats stayed in Democratic control for decades until 1994, when a red wave election gave the GOP control of the House for the first time since 1952. 1994 was also the first time Republicans controlled a majority of House seats in the South, which was 30 years after the Civil Rights Act was passed. Republicans expanded support in the South from then until 2 more red wave elections in 2010 and 2014. After the 1960 election, the first since the Civil Rights Act's adoption, and the ideal moment for racist Democrat supporters to defect to Republicans, Democrats still enjoyed a 110-20 House advantage in states that had formerly been part of the Confederacy. Remember, that lead was 117-8 in 1960. A gain of 12 seats, half of which are in Alabama, is hardly the dramatic movement that would be expected if racist people suddenly abandoned the Democratic Party in favor of the Republican Party.
Facts.
The truth is, voting patterns in the South did not shift much following the Civil Rights period. Democrats continued to dominate Senate, House, and gubernatorial elections for decades. Alabama did not elect a GOP governor until 1986. Mississippi, 1991. Georgia, 2002. So how did the switch propaganda emerge? It is based on another destructive myth about Richard Nixon's Southern strategy during his 1968 presidential campaign, which was accused of secretly leveraging white voters' natural prejudice. Democrats refer to Republican Barry Goldwater's 1964 presidential campaign, in which he refused to support the 1964 Civil Rights Act, as evidence that the GOP was aggressively wooing racist Southern supporters. was his states' rights platform code for segregation's return. Goldwater was a strong supporter of Black Americans' civil rights, voting in favor of the 1957 and 1960 Civil Rights Acts, and even helping organize Arizona's NAACP branch. His opposition to the 1964 Act was due to his view on federal governments impinging on state sovereignty. The Democrat Lyndon B. Johnson campaign capitalized on Goldwater's viewpoint and released an ad named Confessions of a Republican at the height of the 1964 campaign, which very illogically linked Goldwater to the Ku Klux Klan, which, remember, was a Democratic organization. The ad helped Johnson win by the largest margin since 1920, and it demonstrated to Democrats for the first time that charging Republicans with racism, despite the lack of proof, was a powerful political tool. Have you ever heard the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? For all of Nixon's alleged love for Southern racists, who continued to vote for Democrats in Senate and House contests that same year, he almost lost the entire South to a Democrat, George Wallace, who won 5 states and 46 electoral votes. Wallace famously stated, "Segregation now and forever," on January 14, 1963, during his inauguration as governor of Alabama. The alleged racist Republicans who voted for Nixon in 1972 also voted for the re-election of Democratic senators in Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. The GOP gained just 8 Southern House seats, despite Nixon's record 520 electoral votes. In 1992, Democrat Bill Clinton divided the Southern states with Bush, and in 1996 with Bob Dole. Democrats continued to win House, Senate, and gubernatorial elections. Only in 2000 did Southern voters unanimously back a GOP presidential candidate in the Electoral College. This shift was a gradual, decades-long transition rather than a rapid shift in reaction to the civil rights movement of the 1960s. If racism really made the South Republican, why did it take 30 years for those racist voters to give the GOP a majority of Southern House seats?
Great question.
The true cause for the Republican hold in the South was Republicans Richard Nixon in 1972 and Ronald Reagan, who made conservatism appealing in 1980 and 1984. If the old Democrat segregationists suddenly converted to the Republican Party, it took a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Studies came out about the racial divide trending in the wrong direction.
All right. Very interesting stuff. Very well put together, precise and to the point. And hopefully that influences a lot of people and wakes a lot of people up in the Black community. I know the majority of his followers are. He's really big in that. He holds panels with base people, and they have really great stuff on his channel. So Dom Lucre, great job. We want to highlight your good work and help push it out there, and hopefully helps bring more people to it. So yeah, that's our documentary for tonight. It's really short documentaries. But that's what I wanted to do tonight. I had that on the list to look at, and then when I looked at it, I was like, well, it's kind of short, but you know what? It didn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter. Because the information just goes boom, boom, boom. He hits all the points, right? He's hitting all those points like you wouldn't believe. It's the truth. Heidi voted for the first time in 1994. Usually the shoulder socket pops for what? Okay. I thought that was okay. Yeah, that was real history. See, we have to get that real history back in schools. We got to get the base approach to talking about history right there, right? No agenda driven. Just here's the facts. Of course, the corrupt establishment, the Democratic Party, their outlet, their headquarters would call that, an attack on them. But you know what? It's the truth. And then the truth is the truth. If it's an attack, then maybe you should change your ways. If that's what you think. I don't have the links in the description. No, I don't. I do not. Dom Lucre, DOMLUCRE. Dom Lucre. Let me see. I can just get his channel link out there. That's all you need. That's all you need. Here we go. It's real easy to. Oops. Dom Lucre. There we go. That's just a link to his channel right there. And I'll put a little special thanks. I don't have it like I have like a generic kind of like description. So let me see. How many? I can still make it. All right. Characters. Shout out. Tom Lucre. There we go. Saved. All right, now it's in there. Now it's in there. There we go. All right, we're set. We are set and going. Okay, what you got here, Outpost? We're not perfect, and the founders built the system so we can change things when they go wrong. But we are still the best in history. Yeah, I mean, it takes work. It takes work. And how you doing? Sorry about last night. Had a kid with a problem. The kids come first. Don't you worry about it. That's all you don't you worry about it. We know you're here in spirit as always, and thank you for supporting the channel for as long as you have. We appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. And Grimm's Bar comes swinging in on a chandelier as usual. Article 5 can be amended out. What? Just say hello once. Just come say hello. He comes swinging in here in the back. Article 5 can be amended out. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, Graham. Let's get rid of that Article 5 right now. How you been, dude? What's been going on with you? What have you been up to, dude? We got to catch up sometime. It's been a minute. Don't hang out too much. Liar, so I brought my flamethrower. Oh man. Yep. So don't you worry about that over there on the Rumble side and BitChute. We're gonna be jumping out of here in just a little bit to come over there and watch Trading Places with you. We're already on all three, but we're gonna be leaving YouTube here in a little bit to go over there. Probably be a shorter one tonight. Since you just got me tonight. Shelly is busy. It's that time of year. She's out there veiling roots. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get the community posts off today.
Slipped my mind, but I feel horrible about the whole thing.
Yeah. We're doing good, Grim. How you doing? Living life, man. Music, work, video games. What's your video game these days? What you playing these days? What are you playing these days? Oh no. Oh no. We just got the WWE 2K24. And I had to order a controller for it. So once that gets there, I'll start playing that and see how I do. It's kind of tough. My kid's been playing it, and he's also playing the new Marvel game that just came out. He seems to be really liking that one. But the 2K24, that's tough. You have to do a lot of things to make it work. Like you have to complete a lot of things during your match. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. But cool stuff. That's what I got right now. Amongst my usual mind-bending, mind-melting games, repetitive shooting games, things like that. Mass gaining games. I wish there was another cool game like that Far Cry game I played. That's just as good as that one. And I know they made other Far Cries after that, but that one particularly was really cool with the cults and stuff, and the town, and trying to take over the world and all that stuff. That was fun. I played a lot of that. I finished that whole game, and I did that with I did a lot of that with Madcore, and we had a good time doing that. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. What's up with October 2025? It's past. Oh, you mean in a year from now, 2025? I don't know. I'd imagine there's going to be a Halloween and all that. It'll be fall. I don't know. I tell you what, I'm thinking about. I'm keeping an eye on this. On these drones over drones in the sky. Something's up with that. And I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna do a special on that coming up. Maybe unveiling reality special on that. I'm just collecting different accounts from everywhere right now. I'm trying to put the puzzle together. I think that I think we're on the tail. I think we're on the verge of a rollout. That's what I'm trying to think. With the first they changed the names. They made a big deal about changing the names, and now like no one's even going by UAP. They're more like unidentified drones, right? And I think they're coming up with a new name for it. I think it's unidentified. Some unmanned. Hold on. It's unidentified autonomously no. It's something that has to do where it sounds like it's a UAP, but it's just means it's unidentified like remote controlled phenomena or something like that. I don't know. There's some kind of new name they're trying to craft together for it. I think they're test marketing some new names for it. But there's some similarities that are going on from place to place. And then the whole inability to locate the sources on these, right? It's either a complete hole in our defense system or it's intentional. So they're testing out a real rollout of drone assisted technology, right? So whatever security. So they may be using these right now to test out what they can do or to train up people to use them. Because there's a variety of kinds. That right now I'm going to tell you, get rid of the freaking conspiracy theories on this. I think it's just we're just seeing that the rollout here. It's not aliens. We know everybody. Not one person has said aliens, right? Okay. Some people that really want it to be aliens are saying aliens, but it's not. Everybody can, from the people on the ground to the people around, are calling them drones. They all see them as drones. We're sophisticated enough to identify a drone now. So I debunked that a long time ago. That's it. They're not going to try that. It's ridiculous. It'd be funny though, but people are too hip on the drones now. They know what they look like. They've seen it. They can, I guess, if you're some unsophisticated, disconnected tribe in the middle of the jungle, that might get you. But most people these days have a phone and they have the internet and they understand. They've seen these things at work, and eventually they're being able to understand. And this right now is kind of showing that, right? People aren't defaulting to aliens or some kind of weird stuff like that. They're going for drones and they're saying, well, how come we can't figure out where they're coming from? That's the thing, right? So that is I think that what we're going to see is that. I don't know but I'm trying to piece it together because you see they all have the right lighting patterns on them, right? To be compliant with the law. And they're flying in formations and they're doing things like that. This indicates training to me, and indicates coverage usage. So I think we were talking about this the other night, the New Jersey incidences, right, where they're seeing these things every night for months and they can't trace them. And I was going off about that, and I was like, this is ridiculous because there's so many different ways you could figure out where these are coming from, but yet our hands are tied for some reason with all the money in the world. And all the resources that we can possibly muster and people that are interested, we're somehow not coming up with the answers. It means that we're doing it. I think we're the ones doing it. We're trying to blame it on the other countries, kind of a psyop. If it is other countries, I think we'd be taking a much more aggressive approach to this than we are. See, that's the whole thing. It's when they're like, well, I don't know, that's when I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's nefarious. I think it's going to be a rollout of technology. It's going to be okay, like you see, I'm trying to think of something that's a little bit more relatable than horseback, cops on horseback. I was around where I'm from, cops on horseback, and stuff like that were rolled out. A lot of things were rolled out early because all 5 branches of the military were where I was from, or is where I'm from, right? And the fact that these things can fly freely and no one knows where they're coming from or can explain anything, that's just them saying, yeah, it's us, but we're not telling you what we're doing with them yet. And I think it's going to be a rollout. But here's the great thing: we got a government coming in, we got an administration coming in that believes in transparency. So in that transparency, I believe we'll get some answers. Right now, who knows what the establishment is doing with these? But this is probably part of a scheduled rollout to start adding drones to police enforcement, security, homeland security, something like that. So we will see, and I'm sure it will spawn all kinds of paranoia as a result. But granted, the places that we're seeing them and then where they're being tested at again, and where we're seeing them roll over, military bases, things like that. Yeah, it makes it easy to point at other countries when we're really the ones doing it. It seems like it's the same old playbook. It's Marvin the Martian and his buddies. Yeah. Yep. I don't think that I mean, if they wouldn't be doing it out in the open, if they didn't want us to eventually discover it and then eventually disclose it. So that's the thing about that. Yeah. And yeah, I think we're going to find out. It's just part of they're going to roll it out to like some kind of like security apparatus. Right. And we've known about it. And if you think about the plan, the way they do things as well, they clearing airspace for drones to roll out a long time ago. I think it was God, how long ago was it? I want to say 10 years ago or more. When they first started hitting the sky, everybody thought they were seeing them everywhere, and thought they were being spied on by them and all this other stuff. And then for 10 years, everything went by and like nothing really happened, right? People started using them in very small ways, and it's gradually increased. And it's one of the things I saw too that was shown in one of the videos I collected for this special. I'm probably gonna do is one of those flying cars. So someone actually took a picture of a flying car going over. Like that's why I've been kind of showing them on cool things, so we can kind of like get a grip on it. Because I was saying that a lot of these, we're gonna see reports of people seeing flying cars thinking that they're drones or UFOs, and they're really manned vehicles that are just evolved, transportation. So that's why we've been watching cool things, right? Those are the things that are coming, and they're coming whether you like it or not. They're going to happen whether you believe it or not. People are building them, they're spending money on them. They're going to want a return on their investment, and we as a society want to evolve. We want to move faster from place to place. We want to have less traffic in our life, right? I don't think we've ever seen an alien ever. I think that's always been a farce. That's my take on it, though. Let's see. The Curtis and me calling his name Jack Handy. Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy, right? Deep Thoughts. Yeah. So as I track these things that are happening, and they're not just happening in New Jersey, right? They're spreading out, and we had drone activity in Norfolk, Virginia. Where the biggest military naval bases in the world are for the U.S. is right there. That's the area I'm talking about. Like that's where all 5 branches of the 5 branches of the military are. 4 branches of the military are Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard are all there. So that's why I say 5. But that's a lockdown area. And not in a bad way. It's just it's very secure. You got a lot of military everywhere, right? Along with the beach locals who are a lot like me. You things tend to happen around there first. It's like I go into that for a long time, and I have in the past. I've talked about how that area test markets more things than before, and the horseback cops during for this and that. Yeah, they've been around for a while, but they were using them more on with, as a regular part of security there first. I talked about how like early riot stuff was going on there, and then how they would deal with it. There's a lot of things that go on early in those areas right there, that area right there. He thought, yes, yep, indeed. So, anyways, yeah, I'll probably be doing something on that. I just want to collect more information on it. I want to see how things spin out a little bit, and I think it's very interesting how they say, well, they're not, there's some people that, well, they're not a threat. And people are like, how do you know that? Well, because they're not acting like a threat. They're just going to and fro. But it still doesn't mean that people still want answers as to what they are. And the fact that we can't produce answers, or we're not producing answers, I should say, not that we can't, that we're not, points to the fact that we're doing it ourselves. This has been the pattern throughout. This is what I'm probably going to see. But again, I want to collect data, and I want to collect different accounts, and they're coming out like left and right now. So I don't know when that is going to be. Maybe this year, maybe next year. But at some point, I'll do a thorough deep dive on that, and we'll see all the footage from everywhere, and we'll do the analysis. We'll zoom in close. A lot of these things, the thing about it is that we already know that they're drones. There's different types of drones that are being used in different places, and some of those are going to be coming from people, and some of those are going to be coming from corporations, governments, and government, right? Some of those are going to be testing of technology. Some of those are going to be rolling out of security apparatus technology, and some of those are just going to be people messing around. So, the important thing is not to mix them all up to make a point, right? That's what I see a lot of people doing. They want to mix them all together so they can be right. Well, we'd rather know the truth than be right around here. So that's what we do. That's what we do. Oh, Space Force, there's 6. You're right. There's 6 now. Yeah, I don't know if they have a Space Force branch in Tidewater, in the Norfolk and the Tidewater area. I don't know if they have a Space Force branch there. I may have to change that up. I forgot we got Space Force now. But and I don't know if they've changed the designation of the Coast Guard. They could have done that too, and I wouldn't have known. Wolfram, do you know? Any of my ex-military out there know? And were you military too? See, somebody was. The quiet little helicopters. Wonder how many will have weapons on them, and when the first ones will get hacked. That'll be fun. Kind of like when Stalin did the bunkers 250 feet underground, which still have areas people aren't allowed to see. Are you in the army? Cool. Another veteran in the crowd. Some jackass robbing a bank with a hacked police drone. Coast Guard is their own branch. They used to count them. They used to count them as a branch of the military. My dad did that. So I know they used to count it. But I could see them being rolled in under Homeland Security. But at the same time, it's another branch that probably needs to be changed, if you will. But yeah, I think the drone stuff is interesting. And like I said, I've been collecting things on it. And I think really the key thing is getting into like identifying what kind of drones or what by how they look at night. Like, you keep seeing these ones in New Jersey that have these like kind of spiky lights in the front, but then the red and green lights on the side. Like I said, they're very up to certification level or whatever you want to call it. They're obeying the rules. So that they're being manufactured and for that purpose. And so you got the kind of drones are like planes, the kind of drones that are like helicopters, and a combination of those things that are out there. But we'll see. Exciting times. We live in exciting times. And good thing we have a group of trustworthy folks coming into office. If we want answers, we'll get them. I think we just have to let our voices be heard. And I think we have an opportunity to do that. So let's be optimistic as we head into the new year with the new administration and hope for the best. And then we'll see how things turn out. I'm naturally optimistic. So that's easy for me. It's not easy for everybody, but it's easy for me. Give them a chance to mess up. Then we'll see. But until then, I think that when you're going against a corrupt establishment and they hate you, chances are you're probably going to do the right thing most of the time. All right, guys. Woohoo. Wait, I got something else I got to do here. Okay. Right. Believe it when you see it. Yep. But I won't doubt it. I won't doubt it till it happens, right? I mean, I won't believe it when I see it, but I won't doubt it leading up to it. You know, I don't like living that way. I want to believe that like we're fighting a good fight, and there's definitely two sides to it. I mean, we live in a 3D universe, man. Duality is part of it, so there has to be an opposing force, right? I mean, granularly living in fear your whole life of this grand illusion. That's no fun. All right, guys. Who's going to be watching Trading Places with us tonight? Classic movie, old school, in the house. Get rid of this thing. Who is ready for some Trading Places out there? I am. Except for God, no military, let alone a blade class. We'll stand against God. There you go. Just remember that. Lamb's Grace agrees. Heidi agrees. Stay positive, guys. Stay positive. We got a lot to be thankful for. If you believe in God, then believe He's working in our best interest, and He hasn't left us alone. Like if you believe in God, you got to believe something good is going to happen. You got to believe that the promises will be kept. Promises will be kept. Right? If you have that faith, then when those promises start getting kept, you got to be like, yeah, promises will be kept, and they will be. I'm sorry about that. Having blah days is kind of going around. It's kind of going around. That's all right. We're all getting excited and all ramped up for Christmas and the New Year's, or whatever your holiday season may be. We're getting ramped up for a brand new year. And boy, is it going to be exciting as soon as New Year hits. We're going to be 20 days out to Inauguration Day and then confirmation hearings. We're going to be busy. We got Davos 2025 come up. We're going to hear what the globalists are plotting and how they're going to try to keep their technocracy dystopia alive. We're going to hear all their woes and worries. We're going to hear their plots and schemes because we cover that here. We covered Davos 2025, and we're going to be covering the inauguration and all the establishment games that are going to be going on, trying to stop it. All the obstruction they're going to try to run out there. We're going to be calling it out as it happens because we already know that they're going to try to do it. And we'll be watching all those confirmations, cabinet confirmation, and we'll be celebrating as the new team comes rolling in. And then we'll be watching all the progress being made. I tell you what, Doge is going to be out there in front. They're going to be kicking butt right away. They got 2 years to get it done. They're not going to waste a single hour. They're already working. They're already working very hard. Already taking applications. In fact, on Tuesday night, I want to highlight, I keep forgetting this, so someone remind me if I don't remember. But there's a guy out there who does tax advice. He has a tax advice channel. Really cool guy who actually applied to go work at Doge. And he has incredible qualifications. And I wanted to show you his video on that. And also I encourage you to put a good word in for him on X if you do X. And by the way, X, I still haven't gotten the account back. It's like trying to talk to a brick wall, really. Like I got no help. and I got nobody can respond, and putting cases in, you're talking to bots. You're hung up to dry, really. And so until I find some way to get help, I'm just going to keep hammering their support with a message every day from my other account. And I don't know if I really want to put effort in it. I was up to like 1,800 followers. That took a lot of work. And I just don't know if I want to put that work in again and get the channel up and switch the account over at a blue check mark. That didn't seem to matter to them. So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep hammering them. I think maybe one day I'll get my account back, but I'm not in a hurry. I don't really care too much about it. So that's the update on X. X can go fuck itself. All right. For now. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Trading places. Oh yeah, I gotta put the damn links in the description. All right, here we go. Full stream links coming up. I was gonna get out of here without doing that. I need someone to keep me on top of things. Here we go. Pin. All right, it's pinned in the comments. It's in the description. The links to Rumble. That's where you should go to watch this. Go to Rumble. Say hello when you get there. Hit the thumbs up. We got 11 people watching. We got 4 thumbs up. So please hit the thumbs up so more people can come watch Trading Places with us tonight. We're going to have a great time, guys. Let's get out of here. Let's go do it. Thank you for coming to this part of the show. This was more than a kickoff show. This was the documentary. And now we're going to go watch a movie. Let's get going. YouTube. Later.
Let's all.
That's the wrong one.
Man, everyone's tensed up for a Rumble.